All praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Now, I don't know whether or not brothers probably heard about this. This is a woman in Kansas who basically was arrested and charged with second-degree murder for allegedly avenging her brother's death. If you go to the article here, woman tracked down brother suspected killer that murdered him. A Kansas City woman is charged with second-degree murder after police say she tracked down a man suspected of killing her teenage brother last week and took actions that resulted in his death. Police said she sent a text to her dead brother afterward letting him know she had avenged him. Tityana Coppage, 21, remains in the Jackson County Jail on $200,000 bond. Coppage's brother, 16-year-old Jason Ugwa, was shot and killed January 10 near Paloma Avenue and Toppin Avenue in Kansas City. Is that? I don't know what ML is. No, he was a junior at Hogan Preparatory Academy and a standout basketball player. Coppage and Ugwa were also struck by tragedy in 2016 when their younger brother and cousin Jaden Ugwa and Montel Ross. It sounds like two different fathers or two different mothers. You know how Jake is. Were shot and killed while sleeping in their home at 57th Street and College Avenue. Someone had shot into the house, killing the boys who were 8 and 9 years old. That case remains unsolved. Now, it lets me go into Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. At the end of the day, we'll say Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plough iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of Yahweh they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. Now, if you go back into the scriptures, when they picked Yahushua over what I believe was barbarous, what they say? Let me get that real quick. Let his blood be on our heads. So all of this stuff, whoever perished being innocent, at the end of the day, the Lord is pouring out judgment. And this is Matthew 27:25. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and on our children. So all this stuff happening to Jake, they think it's just happenstance or circumstance, when Jake has brought this on themselves. You've turned away from the Lord, and this is a judgment. Police said Coppage led the gunman to a brother suspected killer January 13th. So this is 3 days after, in a parking lot near Thompson Avenue and Benton Boulevard. The victim's brother had driven him a short distance after the shooting before stopping in the street and calling for help. Responding medical crews worked to save the man, but he had already died. He had been shot in the chest and leg. This is her brother dying. Police used eyewitness accounts and surveillance video to track down the black Ford Escape used in the shooting and speak with Coppage. Coppage admitted to having called the victim before the shooting, but said she only did so in hopes that a man and her father settling their differences before they killed each other. She admitted to getting into an exchange of gunfire with the victim, but described the situation in a way that appeared to be self-defense, saying he shot her vehicle first before she returned fire. According to a narrative written by police in a probable cause affidavit, investigators reviewed Coppage's cell phone and found text she sent a contact named Auntie asking for 45 caliber bullets, saying, LOL, I sued too many on bro. She also sent a text to her dead brother saying, sent a shot, expletive to my brother, I owed him that body. According to the affidavit, ballistics and forensic examination determined the gun recovered from Coppage was the same one used in the shooting. The probable cause affidavit states. So she basically gunned down the dude that allegedly killed her brother. And it really did remind me of this thing. I'm not trying to make light of it. I know it's serious.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Good luck.
Now, I know it's not laughing about it, even though Jake kind of just made me laugh. But obviously, she had a particular set of skills, and she managed to, hunt him down. And obviously, this society will say she's guilty by Esau's law. She's guilty of murder or manslaughter. But a lot of Jakes are saying, where is it? If you read into the comments, Jake's like, and they always try to perpetuate, what's that? F bail, she need a lawyer, my guy. If my brother's keeper were a person, she innocent. Make it a movie, yeah, cause eye for an eye was a person. Now we all know, in the scriptures, it is an eye for an eye, and you reap what you sow. So this guy murdered her brother, and she gunned him down, and the scriptures deal with this, because even in Jake's spirit, Jake knows what she done was not wrong. She just killed a man for killing her brother. Any person in their right mind would do that. But obviously in this society, everything's upside down. So, by their law, she's a murderer rather than a revenger of blood, which is what she actually is. I'm going to start at Numbers 35, chapter, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them, and the cities they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle and for their goods and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure from without the city, outside the city, on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, on the north side 2,000 cubits, and the city shall be in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the city. And among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither. So if you kill a man, you're able to flee in these cities. And to them you shall add 40 and 2 cities, which is 7 times 7. So all the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 40 and 8 cities. Them 6 cities, the cities of refuge, are 6. 42 plus 6 is 48. Them shall ye give to their suburbs, and the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few. Every one shall give of their cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance, which he inheriteth. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan in the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unaware. So when you kill somebody by mistake, by Esau's law, manslaughter, you can go to a city of refuge. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the Avenger, that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment. So you're supposed to run there and then wait for judgment from the congregation, to be judged by your peers, so to speak. And of these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge. Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge. these 6 cities shall be a refuge both for the children of Israel and for the stranger and for the sojourner among them, that every one that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. So her brother's murderer should have been put to death anyway for killing her brother. Even though we all know every judgment comes from the Lord. And if he smite him with throwing a stone wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The revenger of blood, which is her himself, shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. So she's well within her rights biblically by the commandments to slay him. And if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by line of weight, that he may die, or in enmity smite him in his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or cast upon him anything without laying of weight, manslaughter, if it's an accident, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm, again an accident, manslaughter, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. So even if somebody wanted to kill you, they judge the matter to see whether or not you did it on purpose. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of the blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge, whither he fled, and he shall abide in it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil. So, if you did kill him by accident, you were supposed to stay in the city of refuge, even if it was an accident, until the high priest died. But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled, so if you come out of the city of refuge, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, so if you're found outside the city, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. So when he comes back home after the high priest is dead, you can't touch him. If you kill him, you are now the murderer, and the revenger of blood, can kill you. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Moreover, you shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. And you shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this is, this can be attributed to E. At the end of the day, he's killed all these people in their land, and these lands are not going to be cleansed but by spilling, the blood of E, because he killed all these people and took possession of the land. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, the Lord Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. So for every circumstance, there's laws, statutes, and commandments that govern the behavior and the moral principles of the people who dwell in that land. Even though Jake is bugged out, Jake fundamentally understands what right and wrong is, because if somebody killed your mom, you'd want to kill them too. And every single Jake don't see anything wrong with that. But yet you got some Jakes in the comments talking about, well, yeah, this is just talking, letting black people kill each other is not right. These times, her brother was murdered, and when E does it, are you in the same spirit? Because what Jake likes to do is they like to condemn other Jakes. And when E does something, they let E slide with it. They're quick to keep to E's law, but E's law, when you look at the scriptures, are completely contrary. And at the end of the day, I feel for this woman, but if you see what's happening to her family, you can tell it's judgment, even though she is not at fault for what she done. But through the scriptures, you're supposed to judge righteous judgment. So you see, by the scriptures, she was allowed to do what she was supposed to do. By the end of the day, it was judgment from the Lord that she's in this circumstance, and her family is dropping like flies all around her, because we don't know what this woman did. And at the end of the day, all due respect to her, well, you can judge by the continents what kind of person this person is, and they got a little baby, and the baby wanted to help the woman, with a bond or whatever, just Jake stuff. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles who rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elect.